Class 6, Chapter 9 Science Question and Answers.
Hello friends, here I am with my new video of Chapter 9 Living Organisms and Their Surroundings. This is a science chapter of Class 6. So we will only do the question answers and keywords of this chapter in this video. So let's start our question answers. So first we will do our keywords. Adaptation, the presence of specific features or certain habitats which enable a plant or an animal to live in its surroundings is called adaptation. Now, second, aquatic habitat. What is aquatic habitat? The place where aquatic organisms live and which provide food and safety for them is called habitat. Which habitat? Aquatic habitat. Now, once we recall it, means where aquatic organisms means like the organisms, the animals who live in water, they are known as aquatic animals. So their living place where they are getting their food and they are getting safety, that is known as aquatic habitat. Now, biotic components. Biotic components are the ones which include all living beings in a habitat. So, when we include all the living beings in a habitat, so it is known as biotic components. Now, excretion, the process of removal of waste from the body by the living organisms is called excretion. Means the way we remove the waste from our body, means not us only, the animals, means all the living beings, as they remove, that process is known excretion. Now we go to fifth one, growth. What is growth? The change in shape, size and weight of a body is called growth. Habitat, the place where organisms live which provide food, safety for them is called habitat. So now I told you that habitat is a place where animals or living beings, means all the organisms, get food and get safety for them is known as habitat. Now living. What is living? Living is something that is alive. Now, as we see, we are living because we are alive. For living, there is something that can grow, move, reproduce, respire, and carry out various cellular activities. So, how we know about living? It can grow, move, reproduce, respire, and carry out various circular activities. Means it can do many things also. Reproduction, the process by which living organisms produce more of their own kind, is called reproduction. So, when any animal or a living being give of their same kind, produce their same kind, that is known as reproduction. Now, respiration. What is respiration? The process in which oxygen is used by the living bodies to break down food to get energy, water and carbon dioxide is called respiration. Means when living bodies break down food to get energy, water and carbon dioxide, that is known as respiration. Now, stimulus. What is stimulus? The changes in our surroundings that makes us respond to them are called stimuli. Means when the changing happening in our surrounding, they when and they we respond to them, so then they are called as stimuli. Now here are the question answers of this chapter, chapter 9, living organisms, means chapter 9 science chapter which we are going. What is a habitat? The surroundings where animals live is called their habitat. The organisms depend on their habitat for their food, water, air, shelter, and other needs. Habitat means a dwelling place. So, as we have also done in the keywords, what is habitat? Habitat is where they can get food, water, air, shelter, and other needs. Where they can get easily. Habitat is also known as dwelling place. Means a dwelling place. Now, question 2: how are the cactus adapted to survive in desert? Cactuses are adapted to survive in a desert as they have no leaves or spiny leaves to prevent water loss through transpiration. Stem is modified into such a way that it performs photosynthesis and conserves water. Third, their roots go very deep into the soil for absorbing water. So, let's recall them. As it is not having any leaf, only having spiny leaves that prevent water loss through transpiration. It does not do transpiration. Stem is modified. So stem is so much modified so that it performs photosynthesis and conserves water. And the roots are so much big that they go very much deep into the soil for absorbing water. Now here comes the fill in the blanks. The presence of specific feature which enables a plant or animal to live in a particular habitat is called. Now it is called adaptation. The habitats of the plants and animals that live on land are called. So the animals which live on land are known as terrestrial habitats. Means their living place is known as terrestrial habitat. The habitats of plants and animals that live in water are called aquatic. So now the animals who are living in water, their habitat means their home is known as aquatic habitat. Soil, water and air are the abiotic factors of a habitat. Now we can see soil, water and air. All three are the abiotic factors of a habitat. Changes in our surrounding that make us respond to them are called. So we know changes which we respond when they happen in our surroundings, they are known as stimuli. Now question 4: which of the things in the following list are non-living? Plow, mushroom, sewing machine, radio, boat, water, hackanth, earthworm. So we know plow, sewing machine, radio, boat and water are non-living. How we get to know as they are non-living? This we will learn in the next going questions. Give an example of non-living thing which shows any two characteristics of living thing. So and it's having two characteristics of a living thing. It is having two characteristics of living thing, but it's non-living. So we see non-living thing. Example of non-living thing is cloud, which shows following two characteristics of living thing. Cloud is a non-living thing, but it also show two characteristics of living thing. So let's see what are those. It grows in size. Yes, the cloud grows in size and it shows movement. It goes means it goes from here to another place. So cloud, it's a non-living thing and it's also having living thing characteristics, two characteristics. Which of the following were once part of a living thing? Butter, leather, soil, wool, electric bulb, cooking oil, salt, apple, rubber. So butter, leather, wool, cooking oil, apple and rubber are the non-living things which were once part of a living thing. So first, butter, leather, wool means all these things which are written here were the part of living thing, but now they are non-living things. Question 7. In this, we have to list the common characteristics of living things. So, how we get to know this is living or this is non-living? Some common characteristics means which are always there in living things are growth. They give growth, movement, reproduction, respiration, responsiveness, and excretion. So now we should go to question 8. Explain why speed is important in the grasslands for animals that live there. Hint: there are few trees or places for animals to hide in grassland habitats. So they are asking why it is important, necessary to have speed for animals which are living in grasslands. Answer: in grassland habitats, there are few trees or places for animals to hide. When their enemy attacks, they have to run faster so as to reach a safe place. If they fail, they lose their life. So, the speed is very important for survival of grassland animals. So, in grassland habitat, it is important to animals to have speed because there are few trees only and places to hide. So when animals enemy come back of, then they have to run faster, or if they will not run fast, so they will lose their life means they will die as the enemy will attack on them. So speed is very important for survival of grassland animals. So they have to live, so they have to have speed. So we have finished the question answers of chapter 9 science. In the next video I will be there with the explanation topic. I hope you liked my video and you could understand very well. Please like, subscribe and comment to my channel. Bye everyone. Thank you.